I was just standing there at first too, and I felt someone, like I was kind of just feeling on the rope, and I felt someone next to me. And then, so I was just waiting there, and so were they, and then all of a sudden they were gone. So I went and I followed them, and I was going, and then someone took me off the rope, and I didn't do it courage did. Like they came and they put my hands on a tree. I was really confused. And then I heard, that's when I heard the singing at first. So, I figured I should probably follow that, but they put me on the tree, so I was just kind of sitting there, and then someone came and told me to follow the still small voice, so I started following the singing. And then, so I kind of just blindly felt my way back to the rope. And when I got there, then we had a testimony meeting, but kind of what I shared about that was that kind of compared it to life in general, because at first, like when we were following the banging, it's kind of like when we're younger and we don't really know where to go at first, because the gospel's always there, but we don't always, like, if we aren't completely in tune with it, we don't know what it is at first. And so we're kind of just following the ways of the world. Then once we get there, and we're on the rod, or like a straight and narrow path, it's so easy for someone to come and pull us away like they did to me, and they pulled me on the tree. Like, it's so easy to get pulled away from the gospel. So,
seems like it's harder to stay on the path than it is to do what everyone else is doing, huh?
Yeah.
You like really have to separate yourself.
Yeah, and there are like tree branches under our feet that you could trip over. Because Ivy face planted over a tree. She was like right in front of me.
Yeah, it was hard because we couldn't see anything, and there was just so much in our way. Like, I can't even tell you how many times, like, there were giant bushes that I was crawling through, like.
And this knuckle was gushing blood because I smacked a tree.
Yeah, so it was,
but I mean, all of that is intended to be symbolic of life.
So like, there's so many trials that we have to get through, but once we push through it, like, we're able to take off the blindfolds and we're there with everyone else.
And you're like, oh, that was worth it.
Yeah, it's actually smart, like, to look down, like, if you could see under the bandana, because then you wouldn't trip over anything or fall in anything or run into bushes, because sticks and bushes like come out, so you'd probably see those before you walk right into it.
Yeah.
And so after that, it was I don't know, around dinner time, and we just every night we'd play like ultimate frisbee or soccer, or we'd play fun games like that, just our group alone. We didn't even go with Faith's group for any of it, so we have different experiences. And then I don't know the order of the days what we did, but one day we did this big swing where they hook you up in a harness, and then people run with a rope that pulls you up to the top, and then you hold on to this one thing, and then you ask if you're okay to swing, and they'll say yeah, and then you have to let go yourself, and then you just free fall for like 2 seconds, and then you come up back in the swing, and it was like really fun, but it was really scary to let go, and that was super fun. And we also did a big slip and slide, or water slide, down a big hill, and it was freezing water, really cold.
I want to do a slip and slide.
One day, I don't know if they had it here, but there was tornado warning in the area. Huge storm. There was hail like literally this big. Faith, were you there for that?
I was out water rafting that day, and then I got back right when the storm warning was over, but it rained almost every day we were there.
It was like the biggest hail I've ever seen, and then it got serious, so we all had to run inside of this main building, and then we played like concentration.
Aggravation.
Yeah, we played that, and then they put on Despicable Me, and it was funny because a bat got in there. It was flying around, everybody was getting freaked out. Then that calmed down, and I remember the last day, we all had to write, or we all just had to think and read talks in our books and think about like our experience and maybe write about it and stuff. At our experience at AFY, and then everybody wrote in each other's books messages, like a kind message, a goodbye message.
Kind of like a yearbook.
Yeah, like
it was called a gratitude circle, and you kind of just shared what you liked about everyone. Because with everything we did that week, we did as a group, so we all got really close with each other. And I still talk to my AFY friends every day, some of them. So like we got really close, and so by the end we were just writing everything in our journals. But it was
You
fun.
talked
The last
to anyone
day,
from AFY?
Yeah.
the last day was the most. Well, I don't know if it was the most spiritual day because we didn't do the blind walk that day. But that day we had an hour of just personal time. My group went down by a little creek, and so we wrote in our journals and read our scriptures and read talks in the journals that they gave us. And then we had a testimony meeting just with our groups. And we did that gratitude circle and passed around our books.
Yeah, and we had to, or our group bore our testimonies, and everybody did it, and mine was about choosing the right friends, because I've seen like friends hang out with the bad people, and not gonna name names, but they pulled away from the church, and yeah, so it's good to choose good friends. And
Friends can make all the difference in your whole high school experience.
yeah, oh, quite. And there's one. We had like devotionals every day.
Were they good or were they boring?
They were good.
They were boring.
Hope says that your face says they're good. Carrie
Well,
says
some of
they
them-
were boring.
Well, a lot of times they're boring, but they're like informational, good,
Informational.
fact,
They're informational.
Informative.
factorial,
They're factorial.
informative.
They brought people in and they would like share stories with us and stuff. And they were good, just like towards the end, it kind of got hard to sit there and listen to them because we sat there for an hour or two and we were all exhausted, but they were good.
And the last full day was the dance,
That was the best dance I've ever been to.
and
Everyone danced there. No
it
one
was
sat
like
out.
it was like a Mormon DJ, so it was clean music, but it was like dubstep, and like the music blended in with each other, and he even had like dubstep Let It Go and stuff.
What?
It was a really fun dance.
And there was like 5 slow dances.
Yeah.
Did you dance all 5 of them?
Yeah,
With who?
people.
For two.
Who were they?
Jennifer, Carolyn, Ivy, some random girl I don't know.
You danced with someone you don't
A
know?
leader pushed me into her.
And she was cute, so you said sure?
Well, he just pushed me into her, so I asked her. And then
Oh, and our leaders were
Mary,
really cool too.
another girl on our group.
One of the selfie girls?
No.
Did you dance with both selfie girls?
And yeah, the leaders were cool. And we had a day where we had a dinner where we got to do our impersonations of our leaders. Some of them were really funny.
Courage was a horse.
Yeah.
When I went to the pond with my group, that was like the last full day we had. And so we were all really close, and there was a dock that was floating out in the middle of the pond, and we all played King of the Dock. And for you little kids, if you don't know what that is, that's when you try and get on and push everyone else off. And so for like
It was super cold
I
though.
still have bruises all up my shins from it, but it was so fun because like even my guy leader got in, and we were all like, we were trying to get as many people on as we could, and then just push everyone off. It was awesome.
Hope and Justice, do you guys want to do AFY at some point?
Yes.
One more thing that my group did together was, like, a lot of times, like, mainly every breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we'd play card games. And that was one thing that we like to do.
At all of our meals, I would never finish my meals. I didn't have much of an appetite there, but what I didn't finish, even if like I took a bite out of it, I would offer it to anyone in my group, and all the guys would split it between themselves.
The last thing that I did that I forgot to say was a huge zip line, but it wasn't like Wisconsin Dells. It wasn't as good as that, but it's just a big zip line.
There was a big zip line, and there was also a big rock wall that had a zip line coming off of
I didn't
the
do
top of
that,
the rock
though.
wall. And then I went on this one that was like, there was a log from the ground that slanted up like that, and then one that went that way, and we'd get a rope attached to us, and we had to just walk up it. I did not want to do it, it was so scary, but I did it anyways because my group forced me to. But we had to like walk, run, crawl up it. It was hard, but it was fun.
And there's a lot of Mormons that swear.
Well, I didn't hear any of that sore, but
Well,
No one in your
you
group
weren't
did?
in, you weren't in
my
the
group,
guys'
I had
cabin.
a really
That's
good
why.
group. Like everyone in my group was good.
Kurt said you weren't in the guy's cabin, that's why.
Yeah.
I don't know, our guys were really good. Like our guys were all really nice, and they would every time we would walk around, they'd be singing. And the last night, they snuck out of their cabin for their prank. They came and they sang to all the girls. It was their prank for us.
It's a prank. Yeah.
But our guys were good. None of them really did anything bad.
So did you guys learn anything from
Yeah.
this experience?
Yeah.
Why don't you take a minute and tell us what you learned? Courage, what did you learn?
Didn't you just tell you?
Well, you told us everything you did, but what did you learn? What was the
Oh,
what
I
is the
learned,
most significant thing you take
when-
away from this
when,
experience?
You're surrounded by lots of people with your own standards, and just lots of Mormons like that, and you do lots of spiritual things during the day. It's more fun, and you're a better person, and it just feels like they're like kind of your family.
Did you feel really comfortable around them? Huh?
Yeah.
I like that. How about you, Faith?
You know, I agree with Courage because like it was so easy to just get really comfortable with them. Like on the first day with everyone in my group, because they were all so nice, and they all like it's so much easier to just relax and have fun when you're with people that you aren't
Afraid they're gonna say or do things.
that are gonna like afraid that they're gonna judge you for everything you do and like all of your standards and stuff. Like when I tell my friends that I can't, a couple years ago I told someone that I had been friends with for a while that I was Mormon, and he literally told me that he can't be friends with me anymore because I'm Mormon. So I mean, like to have people that I can hang out with and just relax around. I had a lot of fun, and I would go back any chance. Like I would love to go back next year, because like I was in such a good mood the entire week. So I think it's good to surround yourself with people that have your standards and that aren't going to go around swearing and doing all kinds of bad stuff and putting bad influence on you.
I like that.
Do you feel like your testimony got stronger?
Mm-hmm.
You did also, Courage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that, guys. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you want to say? You want to close?